All right, we have reconvened from closed session. I would like to make the following announcement. By a 5-0 vote, the City Council authorized and directed the City Attorney's Office to defend the case of Matthews versus the City of Elk Grove and all, as identified by the case number listed on the City Council agenda. With that, we will adjourn the special meeting at 6:00 p.m. And that brings us to our regular meeting. At this time, I would like to call to order the Elk Grove City Council regular meeting. Today is Wednesday, May the 14th, 2025. The time is 6 p.m. Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor. This meeting of the Elk Grove City Council is recorded with closed captioning. The recording will be cablecast on Metro Cable Channel 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast and DirecTV UVerse cable systems. The recording will also be video streamed at metro14live.saccounty.gov. Tonight's meeting replays will be on Friday, May 16th at 1 p.m. and Sunday, May 18th at 6 p.m. on Metro Channel 14. Once posted, the recordings of this and previous meetings can be viewed on demand at the 3Ws, elk.elkgrove.gov or youtube.com/metrocable14. For members of the participating audience who may have personal electronic devices, please place them on silent mode during the meeting or on mute when you are not speaking. The Elk Grove City Council welcomes, appreciates, and encourages participation in the City Council meeting. City Council requests that you limit your presentation to 3 minutes per person so that all present will have time to participate. City Council reserves the right to reasonably limit the total time for public comment on any particular noticed agenda item as it may deem necessary. Pursuant to Resolution Number 2010-24, no individual speaker concerning public comment may address the City Council for more than 3 minutes. If you wish to address the Council during the meeting, please complete a blue speaker card, which can be found at the back of the chamber and provided to the Assistant City Clerk, Brenda Haggard, prior to consideration of the agenda item. And I'd just like to note for this evening, we do have a member that is teleconferencing into the meeting. That'll be Councilmember Suen, and we'll get to that with the roll call. And with the commencing of the roll call, and as we'll see with the teleconference environment, for any votes that we take this evening and also check-ins for public comment, we'll be touching base with our remote participant. But for the roll call, I will commence with Councilmember Spies.
Present.
Councilmember Brewer.
Present.
Councilmember Suen.
Here.
Audio's coming through. Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor Robles.
Present.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Here. All right, thank you. Next up is our land acknowledgement. Assisting will be our Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We honor, respect, and acknowledge Elk Grove's first inhabitants, the Plain Miwoks, who lived as sovereign caretakers of this land and these waterways since time immemorial. We commemorate and advocate for their descendants, the Wilton Rancheria tribe, the only federalized recognized tribe in Sacramento County, who endured the bravery, resilience, and determination of their ancestors, tribal members, and leaders.
All right, next up is our Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to invite Jeff Warner to help lead us this evening.
Rise. Press the flag, hand over heart, and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, please join us for a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Next up is our approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
So before we go too fast,
Okay.
Unfortunately with our teleconference
Gotta do
environment,
it.
we are required to go through and do a verbal roll call. So I'll start with the approval of the agenda, going to Councilmember Spies.
Excuse me. Yes.
Yes, that would be a good one. Councilmember Brewer.
Yes.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Yes,
Thank you for the indulgence.
thank you. All right, next up is our closed session. Clerk?
And there are no closed session items under Section 3 of our agenda, which will advance us to Section 4, our presentations and announcements. My understanding is for our first item, 4.1, the proclamation and recognition of National Day and Month of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Peoples will be continued to our next meeting.
Correct.
Just with the scheduling conflict, which will take us on to item 4.2, which is a proclamation declaring May 2025 as Bike Month.
Excellent, and reading the proclamation will be Councilmember Brewer.
Thank you, Mayor. And so it looks like we'll present this proclamation to our senior transportation planner, Kaylee Lyons.
And I also recognize our, one of our members of our Trails Committee is here. I believe Mr. Mendenhall can also receive this item. So
Okay.
please come on up, Mr. Mendenhall, to the podium.
Hope you're doing well today. But,
Feels like I was just here.
You were.
you were. So we're going to present the proclamation on May being Bike Month, and it's timely as now that spring is the weather's starting to get a little better despite the rain from the last week and a half and a couple days. But now's the time that people ought to enjoy the sunlight and do so with a bike of their choice. But whereas May is National Bike Month, promoted by the League of American Bicyclists and celebrated in communities from coast to coast since 1956, a chance to showcase the many benefits of bicycling and encourage more people of all ages and abilities to giving biking a try. And whereas since 2004, ooh, that's not part of it. May is Bike Month has been celebrated across the Sacramento region, including El Dorado, Placer, Sacramento, Sutter, Yolo, and Yuba counties. And events are planned throughout the month to promote and encourage people to try bicycling for some of their trips. And whereas every day is a good day to choose riding a bike, but May is special because people want to get outside, enjoy our wonderful city in warmer weather, and enjoy Elk Grove's great bike lanes and trails for recreational riding, commuting, and seeing the city we all call home. And whereas since a recent study found that when an individual replaces one car trip per day with a bike trip, that person reduces their carbon emissions from transportation by 67%. Just one small change in your daily life, which contributes to a healthier future for our planet and nation. And whereas since using a bike for transportation can help improve personal health and air quality, Elk Grove residents should be encouraged to try an active alternative for transportation, such as biking inside of a car. And whereas celebrating May is Bike Month is simple, go for a ride, any ride, whether it's for a short trip for coffee or a double century, or for any way you choose to ride a bike is the right way to ride a bike. And whereas the month of May is a great time to check with local cycling clubs and our local bicycle shops to find other people which to ride, and Bike and Roll to School Day taking place on Wednesday, May 7th, and Cycle Your City Day taking place on Thursday, tomorrow, May 15th. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Elk Grove hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as May is Bike Month in Elk Grove. Accordingly, encourage our citizens to join with their communities in participation of local and regional May is Bike Month activities, signed on this 14th day of May 2025. Floor is yours.
I was going to say, see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 to 10 at District 56. I will be there on my bike at 7:30. So, yeah, thank you all. It's always nice to have May is Bike Month. I think my first participation was back about 2004. I rode my bike to work, and I thought, this is okay. I'm going to do that, and here we are. 20 years later, 21 years later, we're still here, and I was a bike commuter for 10 or 12 years too. So now I'm retired, get to goof off and ride bikes all the time. So thank you for supporting the Trails Committee and our trails, our bike initiatives. We appreciate it all. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I want to say thank you for the invitation. I won't be there because I have an air quality board meeting tomorrow, but for the next one, I will make sure. I heard they already have a bike for me and helmet and everything ready for me to go.
22nd, we'll go
right.
for a ride. Hope you can get a bike. Wait a minute, that's got a battery on it.
I think this is the one they're going to let me borrow.
Oh, okay.
Yours?
Ready? 1, 2, 3. One more time for good measure. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.
We can write that one back.
I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Thank you.
All right, next up is our proclamation in recognition of National Public Works Week. And it is being presented to APWA Representative Claudia Wade. Are you here, Claudia? Excellent. All right, and then assisting in reading the proclamation is Council Member or Vice Mayor Robles.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mr. Warner, good to see you again.
Good evening.
I usually like to speak before I usually read the proclamations. I don't like reading. I mean, I like them, but I think I like to speak from the heart. So I just want to say thank you to all the Public Works staff out there, because you guys do the work that's unseen from most of our residents. A lot of it is community work, and you make sure that a lot of our traffic signals and a lot of our other stuff is good. So, but I'll read this. National Public Works Week, May 18th through the 27th. Whereas public works service provides in our communities are the integral parts of our citizens and everyday lives. Whereas the support of understanding and informed citizenry and in efficient operations of public works system programs such as fleets and facilities, recycling and waste, traffic, drainage, flood controls, street maintenance, capital projects, real estate, engineering, and construction. Whereas the health and safety, wellness of the quality of life for the City of Elk Grove's residents greatly depend on these services. Whereas the qualities and effectiveness of these services, as well as their planning, design, and construction, is a vital dependent upon the efforts of skilled public work employees. Whereas the efficiency of qualified and dedicated personnel and staff of the Department of Public Works is influenced by the public attitude and understanding for the importance of the work they perform. Now therefore let it be resolved that the City Council of Elk Grove hereby proclaims May 18th through the 24th for 2025 the National Public Works Week in the City of Elk Grove, and urges every Elk Grove resident and civic organizations to acquaint themselves with the work that Public Works does. Signed this day, the 14th of May 2025. And again, just want to say thank you, because you guys are the unseen folks that many people don't see, but you do the work, and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Warner. I have the pleasure of serving as the city's Director of Public Works. And so, I just want to echo that sentiment. National Public Works Week is really about celebrating the staff of Public Works and the work that they do. So I just wanted to really give an appreciation, express my thanks to the staff that work so hard every single day, bringing the great service to the community that you mentioned. Public Works, when you include the capital improvement program, has the biggest department budget in the city. It's a huge investment made by not only the City Council, and so thank you for your support, but also by the public. And so I want to thank them for their support as well, because we couldn't certainly do this without this work, without the financial support necessary to carry out our services. I want to do a plug for Big Truck Day. It's our annual event that we here in the City of Elk Grove, how we celebrate National Public Works Week. We put it on out at District 56. It's an amazing time for young families, young children to come out there and experience our big trucks that do the work for us out there in the field, honk some horns, pull some toggles, and maybe play in the sandbox a little bit. So please come join us. That's next Wednesday, May 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We hope to see everyone out there. And this year, we have a special guest with us, Claudia Wade, the county engineer for Sacramento County, as well as our chapter president for the Sacramento chapter of the American Public Works Association. And she has a special announcement, speaking of staff. And with that said, I'll let you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And again, thank you again for the proclamation. I think it's very important to celebrate our unsung heroes. So today it is my distinct privilege to be here tonight to recognize an outstanding public servant from your very own city, Mr. Shoaib Arari. He is an engineering manager for the Engineering Services Division of the Public Works Department of Elk Grove. Each year, APWA honors individuals who exemplify leadership, innovation, and service in the fields of public work. Professionals who do not professionals who not only meet expectations, but exceed them in extraordinary ways. This year, the Sacramento chapter is proud to announce that Shoaib Arari, who's here with his family, has been selected as Manager of the Year in the Public Right-of-Way category. The recognition is no small achievement. Shoaib was nominated by his agency for his exemplary leadership, forward-thinking approach, and meaningful contributions to the management of public right-of-way systems here in Elk Grove. His work reflects the highest standards of our profession, not just in technical excellence, but in the spirit of service and innovation that defines a true public works leader. Through complex projects, sustainable practices, and technological advancements, Shoaib has helped shape a future-ready infrastructure for the city of Elk Grove. His ability to build strong relationships with stakeholders and deliver innovative, community-centered solutions has not only elevated your city's public works programs, it has set a standard for others across our region. Although we will formally present Shoaib with this award during our National Public Works Week Awards banquet on Wednesday, May 21st, we felt it was incredibly important to take this moment here in Elk Grove among his colleagues, city leadership, and most importantly, with his family present to honor him. Shoaib, your commitment, vision, integrity reflect the very best of what public service can be. On behalf of the Sacramento chapter of APWA, congratulations on this well-deserved recognition, and to your family, thank you for the support that allows Shoaib to serve his community with such excellence. Elk Grove is fortunate to have you, and we're proud to count you among the finest in our profession. Thank you, Shoaib.
We will meet you down.
We will, yes, we'll meet you down there, but man, we are excited. Thank you. This is awesome, and we want to offer you the floor if there's anything that you want to say and share.
I just want to thank the city leadership for their support. I want to thank my mentors, Jeff Warner, Kerry Reddick, for investing their time in me. I want to most importantly thank Kristen Parsons, who's here and supposed to be actually out of office, for her continued guidance, support, and believing in me, and being there for me in good times and tough times. I want to thank my family, my mom and dad, my wife, kids, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, they're all here. The whole community, everybody that's supporting me, thank you all. Most importantly, I want to thank APWA and Claudia Wade for this prestigious award and this great recognition and honor for me. I'm going to take this award and hang it up on my wall and make it as a reminder for me to live up to it and continue to better myself. I believe in continuous improvement, and I know there's room for growth. So thank you all.
Madam Mayor, real quick, hey, Shoaib.
Yes.
A couple of months ago, we were at a community meeting. It was actually rather contentious. It was about drainage somewhere out in the east area. I think you were there. You were there with me. And I just wanted to say thank you. Right? It's sometimes people can get excited about things, and it was one of those instances where they had every right to be interested and perhaps unhappy. Right? But what I really appreciated about you was your calm approach with them. And having conversations with people, being ready to jump in there and help to explain things. I saw that. I saw many times when you were like, I can help this out with, But it's, I wanted to thank you for your professionalism in that and for really showing empathy for residents who were, unhappy with some of the decision being made. So I want to thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And Mayor, just I know it's tough, but we've got a hand up from Councilmember Suen from Points Afar.
That guy.
He was virtually clapping.
Yes, I saw that.
We saw that.
I was.
He's here with us.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Mayor and Jason. Yeah, I just wanted to echo and give my own compliments, Shoaib, because I know, as a fellow engineer, that to get recognized by the American Public Works Association, APWA is a great point of privilege in your career and any engineer's career. So I just wanted to recognize that and
thank you for your service all these years to the city of Elk Grove. So congratulations.
Thank you
and
very
your
much.
family.
Thank you very much, Derek.
Congratulations, you too.
Great work, thank you. This is for you. We'll have you hold it. Do you want to bring your family up?
Yes.
Come on.
Thank you for honoring him.
Oh, thank you. Yes, very well deserved. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Parents want to come?
Parents want to join too?
Those are North Carolina
Come on.
colors right there.
Oh, yeah?
All right, everyone, get close.
Squeeze in, Serge.
Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. More. 3. One more camera. Hold on.
Thank you. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful family.
Councilmember Suen is having FOMO right now. Maybe. All right.
I am.
Next up is our Youth Commission for our semi-annual update.
I think if you go to screens, and then you should be able to do the full screen version.
Good.
Should pull up.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council members. My name is Femi Omotesho, Management Analyst in the City Manager's Office and Advisor to the Elk Grove Youth Commission. We are here to present our biannual report. And apart from the presenting the report, we'll also be honoring our graduating seniors tonight. I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to work alongside these incredible young people. I'm also fortunate to be working with my very capable co-advisor today.
You'll hear from me in a minute.
Okay, Gabriel. Okay, so before we dive in, I'll invite each commissioner to briefly introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Addie, and I go to Elk Grove High School. Good evening. My name is Manjot Rai. I'm a senior at Consumnes Oaks High School, and I'm the historian.
Hi, my name is Adrian Bayardo. I'm a senior at Elk Grove High School, and I'm the communications officer.
Good evening. My name is Kara Hughes. I'm a junior at Pleasant Grove High School.
Hello, my name is Andres Guzman, and I'm a junior at Laguna Creek High School.
Good evening. My name is Om Shah. I'm a senior at Consumnes Oaks High School, and I'm a commissioner.
Hi, my name's Pratham. I'm the vice chair, and I'm a senior at Franklin High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abbas, and I attend Consumnes Oaks as a junior.
Please note that we are missing two people. Our chair, Lindsay No, and secretary, Maru Akpo, are unavoidably absent. Lindsay is at a graduation event and Maru at an award ceremony as she transitions from middle to high school. This has been an awesome year with innovative projects. Commissioners, I'm proud of all your work. Now, I'll turn the presentation over to Vice Chair Pratham Rangwana, who will guide us through the highlights.
Yeah, so this year was pretty successful. We had a lot of new events. They were really successful, and we also had returning events that overall I think we had a really good impact on the community. So, yeah. So
We started our year with the Youth Commission's retreat, and we had a conversation with the city manager, and we also had training on the Brand Act by the city clerk, and we learned the duties of commissioner.
Our first event of the year was actually a new one. We had our trash cleanup event on October 26th, and we had different youths from Elk Grove, middle school students and high school students come together to help keep our community clean, and they also connected with other youth, and we also were blessed by Sergio, Robles, and Darren Swin at the event, so thank you for that.
In the fall, we opened up the Elk Grove Youth Needs Assessment Survey in order to see what issues were most important to the youth in Elk Grove. And the top two issues that we identified, or that the youth in the city identified, were mental health and drug prevention.
So at the Path to Positivity event, we had numerous speakers that discussed the topic of mental health as well as activities. We had a floral booth and free resources that people were able to use at this event and reach out for help if needed.
So one of the main events that we do every year is a Family Fun Day, located at Old Town Plaza. We have this at April 19th. The weather was amazing this year, and everyone enjoyed the music, the games, food trucks, and face painting station. And overall, it was just a good experience.
Our food drive is currently happening right now. All donations will go to the Elk Grove Food Bank, and we highly encourage anyone to drop off their donations at one of the 3 drop-off locations, either City Hall, the Animal Shelter, or District 56.
It is my pleasure to announce the recipients of the Elk Grove Youth Commission scholarships. This year, we offered a total of $1,500 in scholarships to 2 exceptional Elk Grove students that have excelled in academics and given back to the community. First, for the $1,000 Senior Community Impact category, we have Emma Chang from Franklin High School. If you can join us up here. And can we have a round of applause? And for our $500 merit-based category, we have Jason Nguyen from Elk Grove High School. Congratulations to our scholarship winners.
It's time to say goodbye to our seniors. As much as we are happy that they are moving to greater things, they are leaving a huge vacuum as 6 of them are graduating. I'll call on Gabrielle to now recognize our seniors.
Good evening. I'm Gabrielle Flynn, one of the co-advisors with the Youth Commission, and I get the privilege of introducing you to our 6 graduating seniors. Our first is Lindsay. She has been our chair for the last year and was on the commission for the last 3 years, coming from Pleasant Grove, and next year will be at UC Davis. Our next is Pratham. He's been on the commission as well for 3 years and has been the vice chair this last year and is going on to UC Berkeley. Congratulations. Has also been on the commission for 3 years and has been part of the Diversity and Inclusion Commission Youth Liaison. It's almost a mouthful. For the last 2 years, coming from Cosumnes Oaks, and next year will be at UC Irvine. Congratulations. Adrian. Yay. Adrian has been on the commission for 2 years and has been our communications officer this year, and he will be next year at San Diego State University. Congratulations. Addie. Addie's been on the commission for 2 years and has also been the Diversity Inclusion Commission Youth Liaison. How did you say it all this years? For the last year, and next year she will be at UC Santa Barbara. Congratulations. And Manjot? She's also been on the commission for 2 years, was serving at Cosumnes Oaks High School, and was our historian as well for the last 2 years, and in the fall will be at UC Berkeley. Go Bears.
So that will conclude our presentation. We have 6 open spots on the Youth Commission, and applications will be available very, very soon. To find out more information about applications or to get updates on the Youth Commission, you can use the QR codes on our presentation to access our website and Instagram. Thank you for your time.
Let's give everyone an enthusiastic round of applause. So, to our graduating seniors, like a proud mom, I've seen you grow up here. And it is bittersweet, but you have your wings and you're going to go fly and do great things. And just remember one thing, your commitment to your city has been invaluable. So when you go off and get your amazing careers and everything, please reach out to your students, your fellow classmates when you're in college to give back. What you've started is, this is infectious, and we want to make sure that you continue service. So when you're in college, recruit either your roommates or your classmates to continue doing good things wherever you are, because that's how we make the world a better place, is with people with students like you who are leaving this tremendous mark in your great city. So thank you for your service. I'm sad to see you go, but I know that none of you are going to be strangers to Elk Grove. I know most of your parents, so I know that your roots are still here. So please come back. Don't be a stranger. Come back and visit us here at City Hall. The city is yours. So we just want to thank you and recognize you and celebrate you for all of the tremendous accomplishments. To the rest of you, thank you for your service as well. And looking forward to seeing what great things that you're going to continue to do on the commission. And if you have input in terms of recruiting the next 6, please reach out to me so that I can give that an extra look of anybody that you recommend to join this commission. Your input is invaluable. So that goes to all of you. Recruit your classmates, recruit the next, those that are, ideally maybe freshmen so that they can be with us for a number of years. But the 6 of you are leaving a great legacy. So be proud of all that you've done. With that, I'll turn it over to any of my other colleagues who want to say something. I'll start with our Vice Mayor.
I just want to say thank you and congratulations to each and every one of you. The time and effort that you put in our community is seen, and you can tell. You made an impact, whether it was doing service day, whether it was creating an opportunity and a safe space for all your classmates to be able to go and participate in that. That's something that you did, and that's you as a teenager. Now you're going to go off to college and change the world. That's awesome. And for those who are going to the UCs and to the state schools, you're going to go and change that campus. Keep on taking that momentum and keep on taking that fire. Because when you do come back, one of these days you might be sitting up here. And I might be on the other side. So I'm looking forward for that day. I'm looking forward for the day that you guys come back to your communities and raise the next generation of leaders. That's super awesome, and congratulations. And I want to say, have fun in college. Take your time. you know, you have the ability to grow and to develop into young adults, right? Don't be too in a rush to try to be an adult and start going into the workforce. Literally take your time, learn, grow, and develop, and change that area and change that college that you go to, so that when you do come back, you bring your experiences. Thank you for your service. Look forward to hearing your stories, and don't forget about us. Send us emails. Let us know what you're doing in life. Let us know what internships you guys are doing. For the scholarship recipients, congratulations. That is something awesome that you get to also go and you know, use towards your financial aid. So congratulations, and looking forward to hearing back from you folks as well when you guys come back. So.
Anybody else? Councilmember Spies?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So I think, like the mayor, I think I know most of you seniors. I think I know most of your parents. A lot of times that sounds like a threat, but I got to say that I do know most of your parents, and I know they're very, very proud of you. And so we're very proud of you as well. As you go off to college or wherever you decide to go off to, know that you take a piece of us with you, and that you're a representative of Elk Grove. I was one of those kids from Elk Grove. I traveled the world, came back, raised a family, and so I was a bit of an ambassador to the world as well for Elk Grove. And so I'm happy to be back, and I hope that one day you'll return and you'll bring back your experiences. Whether it's been in some challenging social situations here at the dais, or whether it's Cyber Patriot or scholarships or family, friends, cultural events. I've had the opportunity to meet most of the 6 of you, and I'm very, very proud of you. So for those returning next year, we're glad to see you back next year, and I think have a great summer.
Councilmember Brewer?
Congratulations, everybody. Yeah, sheesh, darn. I think I've seen most of you since kindergarten, if not a little sooner. It's a trip, because it really makes me feel like a grandpa.
Go ahead and say it.
It makes me feel like a grandpa, but a very proud grandpa. But yes, the work you've done for the city, being an ambassador through the Youth Commission, has been amazing. And the work that each of you carry forward, the ones who are going off to college, you will continue to be an ambassador for Elk Grove, as Councilmember Spies said, because and wherever you go, there will be a piece of us with you in your mind and your thoughts as you move through, and will help as you determine what you want to do professionally. But always know that you do have support here from not just us 5, but from countless of other folks in Elk Grove who look at you with pride and distinction. And that's something to really take home and put in your pocket. And for those of us who are coming back next year, that's added for your hip pocket, because you have, not only are you improving upon a great year you had this year, but you're taking it up to new heights with a new group of members who will be serving with you and really making your mark. That's always been a hallmark of the Youth Commission. Every group has gone on to do great work during that time they've been with the Youth Commission, have been able to pay it forward. And that's all we ask of all of you, is to pay it forward and do so with the sense of knowing that we are looking upon you with pride, because you've done great work this past year. And this is like the foundation of great things to come. So congratulations and thank you so much.
Councilmember Suen? Councilmember Suen, are you there? Might be on mute. Yeah, that's why. Are we still connected?
We are still connected. I'm trying to see what we've got going here.
If not, that's okay.
Let me see if.
Okay, we don't hear from him, but I'm sure that he would be very proud of all of you as well.
Actually, you know what? The only difference that we have going here is maybe it's a sharing problem. Yeah, so maybe sharing is
Oh,
caring,
interesting.
and if we
Stop
can unshare,
sharing.
that might actually help the situation.
Did that help? So let's log out.
Okay.
Councilmember
Councilmember
Suen.
Suen, you want to try that one more time? I think we had you muted on our side.
Councilmember Suen?
You can see he's talking.
You might be on mute, Darren. Nothing is coming across here. Awkward. Thought we had this settled at COVID.
We'll see if we can.
Oh, there we go. He's back. He's here.
on.
Hold on 1 second. We want to make sure we can hear you.
Oh, okay.
We can't hear you just yet, but we're troubleshooting that right now. Hold on. No, it's on the right display.
I wonder if it's his microphone on his end. Can you hear him on your laptop, Jason?
You can hear us, but we can't hear you. Okay, we're still trying to figure it out. We'll allow 30 more seconds. He's saying it's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to speak on your behalf. Because, I'll exercise that right now. He's very proud of you, right? I'm getting a thumbs up. He's very proud of you. He's a proud dad, so also he congratulates everybody. And we look
So
forward.
I think it just come through.
Came back, so
I
you
just
can-
have to refresh on this
Go
side.
for it. Finish it up,
The
Darren.
floor is yours,
Okay.
Councilmember Zone.
All right, really quickly, I just hope that we gave you as good experiences that we know you we think you had, so you can use that experience in life, and we look forward to great things from you all in the future. So thank you all for your service as well. Take care.
All right, well, thank you, students. Are we going to take a group picture? Okay, let's come down. Thank you. We're going to go right in the middle, right in the middle. Hi, excited? Come on, bud.
Do you want to be in it?
Just fix it all in.
Congratulations. Those coming back. Well.
You really?
Okay, we're gonna have to
Gonna
tighten up
this?
a little bit. You guys all like each other. It's fine.
All right, here we go.
We'll go with this one first. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Got it? Any other moms, dads?
Okay, here we go.
All right. Go 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
gotta have one last picture with you. Come on.
Yes. Stay where you are. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right.
You knew I was gonna win, up.
Students, good luck on all your exams and all of that fun stuff. Last ones. All right, let's see. We are on public comment. At this time, I will open up the public comment opportunity. Clerk, do you need to read out something?
We can take the public comment speaker, Lynn Wheat, and that's displaying on your systems, I believe, and then we'll just double check with Councilmember Suen at the end.
All right, very good. Ms. Wheat. Can you hear it? I'm sorry. Are you playing an audio? Yes. Thank you. All right, that concludes our public comment. I'll go ahead and close the public comment.
The only jump in is just with our teleconference location. If there's anyone at the remote location, if you can confirm, Councilmember Suen, if there's any speakers.
Can you hear me?
Indeed, you're coming through loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, no one's here. No one's here responding to speak.
Appreciate that. And Councilmember Suen, we'll be repeating this process as we move through all of our items that have public comment segments. So thank you for that.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, with that, we will move on to our next item. Let's see.
That would be me.
That is you, yes.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the City Council, Jason Behrmann, your city manager. A few items to report on this evening. First of all, I'd like to introduce our new finance director, Raj Prasad. He comes to us from the city of Napa, where he recently served as finance director. Previous to that, he worked for the city of Citrus Heights and West Sacramento, so he's got a lot of experience in the Sacramento region. We're really thrilled to have him join our team. So he just started on Monday. So please join me in welcoming Raj to the City of Elk Grove team. All right, so the city's Friday in the Grove series continues this Friday, May 16th, with the annual Wagon Walk at District 56. This free family event will feature dog-centered activities and a 1.6-mile community walk around District 56 Preserve. Registration is not required to attend, but all dogs must be leashed. Details are available on the website. Elk Grove Food Bank routinely experiences a drop-off in donations over the spring and summer months before the need remains. Youth Commission is hosting a food drive to benefit local families who drop off your items at City Hall, the Animal Shelter, District 56, through May 19th. Hard to believe, but swim season is right around the corner. Recreation swimming at the Elk Grove Aquatic Center opens next Saturday, May 24th. We continue to partner with the CSD to offer programs and attractions suitable for all ages and abilities. Information about family swim night events, groups and private party swim lessons, lifeguard safety classes, spring and summer camps, and daily water fitness can be found on the District 56 website. Also, the city is collaborating with California Correctional Health System and CDCR to promote a new weekly farmers market every Wednesday at their facility here in Elk Grove, starting next week, May 21st, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at their offices over there on Longleaf Drive. Perfect midweek excuse to stretch your legs, soak up some sun, and support local vendors. Hope you all enjoy and stop by. And then finally, in observance of the Memorial Day holiday coming up, City Hall will be closed on Monday, May 26th. Waste collection, safety services will operate on a normal schedule, but the Special Waste Collection Center and Animal Shelter will be closed. And that concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions the council might have.
Thank you for the great report. Any questions, comments? Seeing none, we will move on to our next item. Thank you. Our consent calendar. I will go ahead and open up the public comment opportunity. We have one speaker, Ms. Wheat.
I think not signed up, but that's just leftover name. So none here at our current location, but we can touch base with our remote location if we have any public speakers.
No public speakers here. No public speakers here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll close public comment and look for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So moved. Second.
And with that, we'll move into the verbal roll call, and I will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye. Thank you. Next item is 8.1, our public hearing. Public hearing to receive information from staff regarding the City of Elk Grove's vacancies and recruitment retention efforts in compliance with Assembly Bill 2561 and Government Code Section 3502.3.
All right. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. My name is Miriam Hassan, and I'm the Senior HR Analyst for the Human Resources Department. And today I'll be reporting on the city's vacancies and recruitment and retention efforts in accordance with Assembly Bill 2561. So on September 22, 2024, California Governor Gavin Newsom signed Assembly Bill 2561 into law, amending the Myers-Milius-Brown Act and enacting Government Code Section 3502.3. And this law requires the city to present specific information in front of its governing body during a public hearing. And this information pertains to the status of the city's vacancies or our vacancy rates, information on the city's recruitment and retention efforts. And it also requires that the city identify any obstacles within its policies, procedures, or recruitment activities that may create challenges in the hiring process. And we're required to present this information before the governing body on an annual basis, and it has to be done prior to the adoption of the operating budget. So that's what we're doing here today. And the law does trigger some additional reporting requirements. If the vacancy rate within a particular bargaining unit meets or exceeds 20% of the total number of authorized budgeted positions within that bargaining unit. I am pleased to report that none of the vacancy rates within our bargaining units or within the unrepresented classifications is close to that 20% threshold. So those additional reporting requirements are not triggered at this time. The law also says that recognized employee organizations have the right to present information, concerns, and recommendations at the public hearing. I would like to inform the council that both of the bargaining units within the organization, Elk Grove Police Officer Association and Elk Grove Police Managers Association, were informed of their right to present, and both have opted not to present at this point. So this chart over here basically provides you with the vacancy rate by month by employee bargaining unit, and the period over which it collects the data is July 2024 through April 2025. If you take a look at that, you'll see that the average vacancy rate for Elk Grove Police Officer Association during this time period was 7%. For Elk Grove Police Managers Association, it was 1%. And for all other classifications, it was 11%. And the overall average vacancy rate of the city was 6% during this time period. I do want to make note of the fact that during fiscal year 24-25, the city increased its total authorized positions by about 3.6%. And while our department was successful in bringing on approximately 60 new hires. We also had 34 separations, and 11 of those can be attributed to planned retirement. So while we're actively working on filling newly added positions, we're also trying to make sure that we're actively filling the vacancies that are created by the separations, which might sometimes be expected or unexpected. I'm going to talk a little bit about the recruitment and retention efforts. I'm proud to report that we've taken a lot of initiatives to boost the city's recruitment and retention efforts. Number one being that we're always striving for competitive compensation. The city's philosophy is to pay at the market 80th percentile, and in order to accomplish that goal, we conduct a compensation study every 2 years and adjust our salaries accordingly. We have a competitive benefits package with CalPERS retirement, 457 deferred compensation plan, dental, vision, medical, and a bunch of other different benefits. We have a standardized and efficient skills-based recruitment process, and that's really enhanced the capacity of our staff to handle multiple recruitments simultaneously and bring on new people in an efficient and a fast process. We have a recruitment incentive program in place for difficult-to-fill positions that was actually approved by the council in February 2023, so thank you for that. We also conduct extensive advertising to reach a broad range of qualified and diverse candidates. We have an immense focus on employee engagement. We're constantly soliciting feedback from our staff, reviewing it thoroughly, and ensuring that we implement strategies to enhance the employee experience. And we also have a huge focus on employee recognition programs. And we know that these recruitment and retention efforts are working because during this current fiscal year, we've hit an average retention rate of 97%. So that was a little bit about our recruitment and retention efforts. While we do continue to hire and bring on skilled and talented individuals in the organization, I think we do face a primary recruitment challenge that probably all of our sister agencies face, and that lies in filling hard-to-fill positions, particularly when it comes to licensed professional engineers or lateral police officers and dispatchers. But we have taken measures to address this. We've secured assistance from headhunter firms that help us make direct outreach to these prospective candidates. We've utilized innovative recruitment strategies such as sending direct postcards or email to prospective candidates. And we advertise heavily on industry-specific job portals and boards. And we've also utilized the recruitment incentive program where, it was possible. So we've been able to mitigate some of these challenges. I do want to say, as a representative of the Human Resources Department of the city, that our utmost priority is always to hire the most skilled and talented individuals to serve our community. It's definitely a collaborative effort with our departments and hiring managers, and I can assure you that we'll continue to do whatever we can to consistently achieve that goal. And I think that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that excellent presentation. At this time, I will declare that the public hearing is now open and open up public comment opportunity. Don't have anyone signed up to this. We want to prompt.
No one's here to speak either.
Thank you. Councilmember Suen, at this time, I will go ahead and close the public comment opportunity and declare that the public hearing is now closed. Questions, comments from colleagues? I'll start to the right. Anything? No? Councilmember Suen, do you have anything?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the information. All right, with that, we will move on to our next item.
So you'll want to share your presentation.
I don't have one.
Oh, then you carry on. Gary, go right ahead.
Do you need to introduce?
You're good. We're good.
Okay. So good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. My name is Alicia Tutt. I'm a management analyst in housing and public services. The item I have before you tonight is to request the formal adoption of the 2025-2030 Consolidated Plan, which is a 5-year plan required to receive Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnerships Program funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Included in the consolidated plan is the 2025-2026 action plan, which serves as the annual budget and implementing document for the program. During the March 26th meeting, you weighed in on priorities for the consolidated plan and the 25-26 allocations, which were then incorporated into the action plan. The consolidated plan/action plan document was released for a 30-day public comment period, which concludes with tonight's public hearing. A copy of the document was also included in your packet for tonight. Although federal allocations for the 25-26 program year have not been released, the action plan outlines staff strategy for adjusting the budget in the event the actual funding is higher or lower than the anticipation. To date, staff has not received any public comments on the document, and that concludes my presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your presentation. At this time, I will declare the public hearing is now open and open up the public comment opportunity. Anyone signed up in Hawaii?
No, I was waiting to see if you had anybody signed up. No, no one's here
No,
either.
shockingly, I don't.
Okay.
So I will go ahead and close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing is now closed. Any questions or comments? If not, I'll look for a motion.
So moved. Second.
So moved.
All right, so roll call.
For the roll call vote, Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
5-0.
All right, next up is item 8.3.
And item 8.3 is a series of 5 public hearings, so we'll be moving through those. Be ready, Councilmember Suen, to let us know if anyone's here to speak on any of these 5 public hearings for various annexations into CFDs and assessment districts, as staff will outline.
Just quick question, Jason. There's literally nobody here. Do I have to do it every time, or can I just tell you?
We will.
Here?
It's part of the fun of as
Okay.
we check in, but you can feel free to jump in if the mayor says we have no one signed up to speak on this item. Feel free to follow up, but a verbal confirmation does finish the process. So thank you for that.
Just checking. Yep, just checking. Got it.
I'm not seeing where the first there. Okay, I gotta click it twice, sorry. Hello, Madam Mayor, Vice Chair, and council members. My name is Cindy Tiffany, and I am the Finance and Budget Analyst. I'm here to present annexations for special tax districts this evening. So the city maintains 8 special tax districts. Annexations are determined for individual projects based on location, and they're typically part of the project approval process. Requirements are specific by region, and there are typically annual rate adjustments. The current projects for this annexation are, I have 3 projects I'm bringing you today. There's the 9730 Kent Street expansion, Birchway Apartments, and the Elk Grove Muslim Center expansion. And on this chart, you'll see here what CFDs or maintenance districts that they will be annexing into. The first project is the 9730 Kent Street expansion. It's a non-residential project. The project scope is an expansion on a 1.34 acre non-residential parcel, and they are going to be required to be annexed into CFD 2006-1, which is a maintenance district, street maintenance, and stormwater drainage. The next project is Birchway Apartments. This is a multifamily residential apartment project with 276 multifamily units, and will be required to annex into 2003-2 police services and street maintenance. And the final project is the Elk Grove Muslim Center expansion. This is also a non-residential project, and it is an expansion on a 7.2 acre non-residential parcel.
This will be required to annex into CFD 2006-1 and stormwater drainage fee. Does anybody have any questions this time?
All right, well, thank you for
Thank
that. Let's see. All right, I will declare the hearing for CFD 2003-2 Annex 77 open and open up the public comment opportunity. No one signed up here? Could you repeat that again, Councilmember Suen? You had someone?
No, nobody's here to speak.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, I will close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing for CFD 2003-2 Annex 77 is now closed. And look for motion 1.
So moved.
Second.
And for the roll call vote on motion A1, I will start with Councilmember Spies.
Yes.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
A1 passes 5-0.
All right, may I request the results of the ballot tabulation?
Indeed, of 276 possible votes, 276 affirmative votes were cast authorizing the City of Elk Grove to levy a special tax at the rate apportioned and described. Measure passes with more than 2/3 of all votes cast in the election in favor of the measure. A resolution declaring the results of the election is available for council consideration.
All right, I would look for a motion A2 and A3.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
For that roll call vote for motions A2 and A3, I will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
Those both pass 5-0.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to declare the public hearing for CFD 2006-1 Annex 102 open and open up public comment opportunity. No one has signed up to speak. Councilmember Suen.
No one signed up to speak here.
I will close public comment and declare the public hearing for CFD 2006-1 Annex 102 is now closed. And look for a motion 1.
So moved.
Second.
And for the roll call vote on motion B1, I will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
B1 will pass 5-0.
And what are the results of the ballot tabulation, please?
Of 10 possible votes, 10 affirmative votes were cast authorizing the City of Elk Grove to levy a special tax at the rate apportioned and described. The measure passes with more than 2/3 of all votes cast in the election in favor of the measure. A resolution declaring the results of the election is available for council consideration.
Thank you. Now I'm looking for motions B2 and B3.
So moved.
Second.
And with those motions on B2 and B3, the roll call vote will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
Those pass 5-0.
All right, at this time, I will declare the public hearing for SMD 3-AS Annex 56 now open and open up public comment opportunity. No one has signed up to speak. Councilmember Suen.
No one signed up to speak.
I will close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing for SMD 3-AS Annex 56 is now closed. And would the clerk please provide the results of the ballot tabulation?
Indeed, there is no majority protest of 2 possible votes weighted according to the proportional financial obligation for the properties. 2 affirmative votes were returned. The ballots approved the proposed assessments and the proposed inflation adjustment limits described for the parcels identified in the ballots. A resolution determining levy assessments in the district is available for council consideration.
All right, now I'm looking for motion C.
So moved.
Second.
And with the motion and second for motion C, the roll call vote will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
Motion C, the resolution will pass 5-0.
Thank you. Next up, I will declare the public hearing for SMD 5-AD Annex 33 open and open up public comment opportunity. No one has signed up to speak. Councilmember Suen.
No one signed up to speak here.
I will close public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing for SMD 5-AD Annex 33 is now closed and request the results of the ballot tabulation.
Again, there is no majority protest of 276 possible votes weighted according to the proportional financial obligation for the properties. 276 affirmative votes were returned. The ballots approved the proposed assessment and the proposed inflation adjustment limit described for the parcel identified on the ballot. A resolution determining the levy of the assessments in the district is available for council consideration.
Thank you. Looking for motion D.
So moved.
Second.
With the motion and the second on motion, the resolution to motion D, the roll call vote will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
That resolution for motion D will pass 5-0.
Thank you. At this time, I will declare the public hearing for SWDF Annex 72 now open and open up public comment opportunity. No one has signed up to speak here. Councilmember Suen.
No one has signed up to speak here either.
I will close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing for SWDF Annex 72 is now closed and request the ballot tabulation.
There is no majority protest of 10 possible votes weighted according to the proportional financial obligation for each property. 10 affirmative votes were returned. The ballots approved the proposed assessments and the proposed inflation adjustment limits described for the parcels identified in the ballots. A resolution determining levy assessments in the district is available for council consideration.
Thank you. Motion E, please.
So moved.
Second.
And with the motion and second for the resolution of motion E, we move to the roll call vote, starting with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
We'll have a 5-0 vote for motion E.
Thank you. We are done with our public hearings. We are now moving on to item 8.4. Different public hearing.
And 8.4 will be considering the ordinance establishing the livable employment area, special planning area, rezoning several properties into the LEA SPA, and amending the Elk Grove Municipal Code to add the livable employment area SPA as a special purpose zoning district.
Good evening, Council. Sarah Kirch-Gessner, Senior Planner with the Planning Department. The proposed project before you tonight would establish the livable employment area, special planning area, rezone several properties within the livable employment area, special planning area, and amend the zoning code to add the LEA SPA as a special purpose district. The livable employment area was established by the City Council in December of 2023. The community plan established a vision, goals, and policies for future development in the area. The LEA community plan included new Transect land use designations. The 2023 amendments also included updating the general plan land use diagram, updating the south and west study areas, modifications to the southeast policy area community plan, as well as a new community plan that was adopted. Here is the LEA community plan that was adopted by council. The livable employment area encompasses approximately 1,150 acres, and the plan applies to both development in the existing city as well as a portion of the future development of the South Study area, which is outside the city limits south of Camera Road between Bruceville Road and State Route 99. The general plan anticipates annexation of this area over time into the city. The Planning Commission was introduced to the draft LEA SPA during a study session in March of 2025. The Planning Commission reviewed the project for formal consideration on April 3rd, and there were no requests to speak during the public comment period on that item. The Planning Commission voted 5-0 to recommend City Council approval of the project as proposed. So what is the livable employment special planning area? These are development regulations that would be provided through the special planning area. The special planning area is a tool that can establish unique planning standards and regulations that would otherwise not be provided through the application of the city's standard zoning districts. The LEA would be added to the list of special planning areas in the zoning code, and several properties would be rezoned into the SPA as part of its adoption. This would streamline the process for future development of those parcels. Additional parcels would be rezoned into the SPA as future development of those areas occurs. The LEA SPA is made up of 11 chapters. Chapters 1 through 3 include the purpose and applicability of the SPA, the regulating plan, as well as the allowed use table. The SPA would apply to all land uses, subdivisions, and development within the LEA SPA. Here is the regulating plan, which essentially acts as a zoning map for the SBA. As I mentioned, only a portion of the LEA community plan area would be rezoned at this time. Additional parcels would be rezoned into the SBA in the future as development occurs. Chapter 4 provides the basic standards for site layout and building form for development within each transect zone. These standards include urban form, such as density and lot coverage, permitted building types, and building placement, such as setbacks and allowed encroachments. Here's the urban form for the transect zones, which include the density ranges, the floor area ratios, and the maximum number of stories allowed within each transect zone. Chapter 5 includes the building type standards. These standards include intent statements, massing requirements, access, parking design regulations, outdoor space requirements, frontage requirements, as well as additional standards for building types. These building types, which are listed in the SBA, include detached buildings, examples, row houses, multi-unit dwellings, walk-up dwellings, flex buildings. Here's an example of how the SPA would work. In this example, this is the flex loft, and it would describe it through the intent statement. Then there would be additional information about the building massing specific to that type, the minimum ground floor height, the density, 10 units per string, as well as an outdoor space percentage of minimum landscaping and outdoor space required, as well as different frontage types allowed for that particular use. Chapter 6 includes frontage type standards for these different building types, and that would be, there's a palette of different prototypical frontage types that include illustrative photos as well as conceptual diagrams. Chapter 7 includes the street type standards. These sections include an arterial street with transit, a standard arterial street, commercial street with a cycle track, standard commercial and standard residential streets, as well as standard alleys. The 3 additional chapters include requirements for parking and loading, general standards for all developments such as large lot and phase development, including additional landscape standards, outdoor lighting standards, as well as additional building articulation and massing standards. Chapter 10 includes standards for the sidewalk, commercial use of sidewalks such as outdoor seating areas, as well as pedestrian connectivity. And Chapter 11 would adopt the signage standards for the LEA. No further environmental review is required. The analysis for this project relies on the previous analysis is adopted with the general plan EIR, as well as the final subsequent EIR, which is adopted as part of the LEA community plan. The staff recommends that the City Council establish the livable employment area, rezone the properties into the LEA SPA, and amend the zoning code Title 23 to add the SPA as a special purpose district. This concludes my presentation. I'm available for any questions.
All right, thank you for your presentation. At this time, I will declare the public hearing is now open and open up the public comment opportunity. I don't have anyone signed up to speak. Councilmember Suen?
No one signed up to speak here.
I will close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing is now closed. Look for any questions, comments. I'll start to the right. No questions? No questions? One, go ahead.
So with the adoption of this SPA tonight, has there been any conversations with Regional Transit on what we are envisioning for this area right here? Because I saw in one of the slides in one of the chapters that Ms. Kirsinger shared, it looked like there was some room for either bus rapid transit or some sort of light rail or streetcar that would run through this zone.
Yes, so the fixed transit alignment to light rail extension that's identified in the general plan runs through the middle of this area. This is essentially the terminus of the route. So yes, the plan provides for that extension, identifies the need for right-of-way and how to integrate it in with the roadway system. yes, RT has been coordinated with through this, and that coordination continues as part of the light rail extension master plan that we're currently working on in partnership with them.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor, any questions? Okay. Any questions from you, Councilmember Suen?
No questions, just excited to see a potential downtown grid system in our city and in Elk Grove. So it'll be exciting to see how this develops. Thank you. Great work, team.
Yep. Great work. Thank you for the presentation. Looking forward to seeing this realized. With that, I will look for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Roll call.
For the roll call vote, I will start with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles.
Aye.
And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
And the ordinance will pass 5-0.
All right. Thank you. Next up is item 8.5.
And item 8.5 will be a public hearing to consider an ordinance amending the Southeast Policy Area Special Planning Area.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. My name is Kara Killingsworth, and I'm...
One more,
Oh.
if you can share your screen.
Oh,
I think you just use the small little Teams button and hit share screen, and that should do it.
We're good?
Yeah, it'll probably ask you to select your window, and if you do the full screen version that you're doing for your PowerPoint, that should pull that up.
Did I do it correctly?
I think you still want to
Okay,
push that through the team share.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay, I see. Okay, I think I got it. And then... This one? Oh. Oop. Nope.
There you go.
But... Good? Okay, sorry.
Full steam ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Kira Killingsworth, I'm with the Community Development Department. I'll be presenting to you the Southeast Policy Area Special Planning Area Amendment. Staff will be presenting recommendations for the text and map amendments to the Southeast Policy Area. These include modified figures to reflect the amended boundaries and updated allowed uses and development standards to comply with state law requirements and updates. Staff presented the recommended amendments at the 2 Planning Commission meetings. One was a study session, and at that study session, there was no public comment, but there was a question from one of the commissioners, and it was mostly regarding the LEA community plan that you just heard. At the hearing, there was no questions from the Planning Commission, but we did receive one public comment, and again, it was regarding the LEA community plan. And with that, the Planning Commission recommended approval to the City Council for a 4-0 vote. Chair Juan Fernandez was absent at that meeting. So City Council adopted the original SEPA guidelines in 2014 with a certified EIR. The existing SEPA document land plan was 1,200 acres. Poppy Ridge Road is on the north end, Cameron Road's on the south, Bighorn Boulevard is on the west, and Lots Parkway's to the east with an irrigation channel that intersects. A few previous amendments were completed in 2015, 2017 to 2021, and these were for cleanup as well as to address approved development projects. As it was noted that in 2023, the City Council approved a general plan amendment to create the livable employment area community plan that you just heard. This amendment reduced the land plan of SEPA from 1,200 acres to 840 acres. Even though the guiding principles do remain, the overall vision was slightly modified with the general plan amendment. And the idea is to still create a transition from a suburban residential from the north to the LEA to the southeast. The current document has 6 chapters, and there's also 2 supplement design documents. Those documents will not be changed or recommended for modification with this amendment. Throughout the whole document, there are universal changes, and some of those examples are universal updates with single-family residential, replacing single residential unit, multifamily being replaced with multiple residential, secondary dwelling unit will be replaced now with accessory dwelling unit, and planning director will be replaced with community development director. And as mentioned, there are 6 chapters. Chapter 1, 5, and 6 are very minor. Those are minor updates for typographical errors and minor updates. The biggest changes are for Chapter 2, 3, and 4. So with Chapter 2 is the land plan, and as mentioned, it's reduced in size from 1,200 to 840 acres. The other change was there was a section, a couple pages regarding transect community plan, which is a visual illustrative showing the transition between neighborhoods. And since most of SEPA is established, removal of these pages will not change the overall of SEPA. And the original map currently overlaps LEA, and most of that area that overlaps was industrial and office in SEPA, and now within LEA, there will be mostly residential. Chapter 3 is regarding the allowed uses. So there are 5 land use classes and 14 land use designations. Those will remain the same. The use table was updated to be more consistent with the zoning code and state law. So for example, you'll see indoor marijuana cultivation, and that's for personal only, and that's to follow the state law. And you'll see commercial marijuana activity, even though it's in the use table, it's prohibited. It's not allowed in SEPA. Other items that were included is beekeeping, short-term rentals, small cell wireless community facilities, and navigation housing. All these are to comply with state law. And then other changes will include modify the use permit for existing uses. Chapter 4 goes into the building form, and what changes were here was regarding the parking standards, as well as fence setbacks, accessory dwelling unit, again being in SEPA is currently called secondary dwelling unit, and then the fueling station standards. And all these will be consistent with the zoning code. So the updates of the parking standards will now include more EV charging stations and bike parking, as that was not included in the current document for SEPA. There's no further review under CEQA pursuant to state CEQA guidelines 15162 and 183. This is follows the SEPA EIR and general plan EIR. And with that, staff recommends that the City Council introduce an ordinance amending the Southeast Policy Area, Special Planning Area, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your presentation. I will declare that the public hearing is now open and open up public comment opportunity. I don't have anyone signed up to speak. Councilmember Suen?
Nobody signed up to speak here.
Thank you. I will close the public comment opportunity and declare the public hearing is now closed. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments, Councilmember Suen?
Nope, thank you.
All right, then I will look for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
And with the motion and the second to introduce the ordinance, I will start with the roll call vote with Councilmember Spies.
Aye.
Councilmember Brewer.
Aye.
Councilmember Suen.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Robles. And Mayor Singh-Allen.
Aye.
Consider that ordinance introduced, 5-0.
Thank you. Next item, please, 9.1. Receive a presentation on discount programs for low-income households.
Okay. Is that good?
Thank you. Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I'm Ash Kumar, Senior Management Analyst for the City Manager's Office. I'm here with a presentation on programs and service fee recommendations. This is outlining proposed discount programs aimed at increasing access for low-income residents to our city services. As you may recall, this originally came up as a request from Council Member Spies in 2024. And the City Council directed staff to evaluate potential subsidies. This evening, we are looking for direction regarding which discount programs, if any, the Council would like city staff to pursue. So with the objective of expanding access once again to city services for our low-income residents, city staff proposed several new and expanded discount programs. As a note, in our discussions, we found that the existing rates for a lot of the programs were already competitive compared with the regional offerings. So staff tonight is presenting 6 program concepts for the council to consider. The evaluation methodology we used the impact effort matrix analysis, which is a tool used to categorize ideas based on their ease of implementation and the potential impact to assess the discount program concepts before narrowing down the concepts to 6 options that we'll be presenting. Please note that this is still, we are still in the ideation stage. The concepts are, again, in the ideation phase and will require a lot of development by the relevant city staff if we get the approval from you. The progression of concepts, again, is dependent on approval from the council, and budget allocations will need significant budget amendments as well. So jumping into the 6 concepts, the first one is expanding access to swimming lessons. This will be in partnership with CSD to expand an existing income-based scholarship for children to improve water safety skills. This would cover a 4-week children's swim lesson, supplies such as a swimsuit, towel, goggles, all of these to enhance water safety skills. Again, this is an existing program. So the high impact justification is the improved water safety skills as an important life skill, which reduces the risk of drowning, which is higher in underserved communities. The low effort justification is that this would support CSD's scholarship program through a grant to expand access. This would be leveraging existing resources and partnerships. Just as an informational data point, the program was sold out in 2024 and has around 30 to 40 participants annually. CCSD has expressed a strong need for additional funding. Staff estimate the cost would be approximately $10,000 to fund 40 additional scholarships per year. We'll move on to the next program concept. This is expanding transit access for seniors in collaboration with SACRT to establish a seniors ride-free program offering free or subsidized transit fares. Please note this would be for all seniors. SACRT estimates that around $100,000 would support about 7,500 seniors living in Elk Grove based on the current ridership levels. The high impact justification here is increased mobility and independence for seniors, improved access to essential services. The low effort justification, we would be partnering again with SACRT, leveraging existing transit infrastructure. We would need to enter into an agreement, and the annual subsidy the city would need to contribute towards would be around $100,000 for the city again. The next one is expanding the electric bike voucher program. This would focus, our proposal is for the city to focus only on the low-income priority voucher applicants by increasing the voucher amount offered in partnership with the local bike shops. This would make e-bikes more accessible to those who need them the most by lowering the cost barriers. And for this concept, the staff estimates a cost of around $100,000 per year to support this initiative. The high impact justification here: increased affordability, making e-bikes more accessible to our low-income households, improving mobility for commuting, errands, and recreation, promoting sustainable transportation. Vouchers are redeemable at participating local bike shops, encouraging local economic growth and increasing local revenue. The low effort justification is that it builds upon a program which we have tried out in 2024. It was highly successful. Applications were open for 1 week in 2024. We received 1,900 applications. And the 2024 program, it was divided into 2 tiers. The higher voucher amounts were available for residents with incomes with an income less than 300% of the federal poverty level, and those were classified as the priority vouchers. So for the 2024 program, 50% of the funding was set aside only for priority vouchers. We saw that 164 out of the 249 vouchers that were used were distributed to our low-income households, which is 66%. So the priority vouchers just, currently the 2024 program, the details were that $750 to $1,000 would be allocated towards the voucher for our low-income households. But the proposal is for this amount to be increased so that we can continue the partnership with our local bike shops and make the e-bikes more accessible. The next one is expanding the military street banner program, offering free initial installation of a street banner to all eligible veterans upon their first application. So with a cost of around $150 per banner, and knowing that the city has 62 poles, the staff estimates a cost of $9,300 to support this initiative. The high impact justification is that this honors and recognizes our veterans. It boosts civic pride and patriotism. The low effort justification, again, it leverages an existing program, reduces financial barriers. Currently, we depend on individual donations and nonprofit donations to cover the costs of installation. Now we are moving on to the high impact, high effort program concepts. The first one is expanding access to garbage rate subsidies. This would mean proactively promoting the city's existing Lifeline Assistance Program through partnerships with Republic Services, SMUD, nonprofit organizations, food banks, and other community partners. Staff estimates allocating between $5,000 and $14,500 to support this initiative. Again, this is just promoting the existing program. The high impact justification is that it assists low-income homeowners and some renters with the cost burden. We would be leveraging our existing partnership with SMUD. This would be an opportunity to increase our program participation rate. So the main reason we have included this is the low enrollment rate currently. Please note that the current discount is at 20% that the city is offering, and it is tied to SMUD's EAPR, or Energy Assistance Program rate. The effort justification, we have expanded it in 2 phases. The low effort phase is creating awareness about the program using existing platforms. So internally getting support from our public affairs team and also collaborating with Republic Services for a social media or newsletter campaign, printed pamphlets, bill inserts. That would be the low effort justification. The high effort, the phase 2, looks at creating awareness using existing connections. The first step for that would be entering into an MOU with SMUD to get access to all of the addresses that would be eligible to receive this assistance. So it is a high effort initiative if we were to proceed with that. The next one is a sidewalk replacement cost share program. This would require staff to study and develop options for a program where the city shares the cost of sidewalk replacement for single-family residential properties. A lot of research will be needed to develop options for a council to consider, to complete a detailed cost analysis and provide an estimated budget for this program. The high impact justification, it provides greater financial relief for lower income households, ensures safer sidewalks for our residents, pedestrians, others, supports commitment to infrastructure safety. High effort justification here, the drafting of a detailed program with guidelines which would include eligibility criteria. We would need to do targeted public outreach with emphasis on reaching low to moderate income households. There are a lot of unknowns in this that we would need to define. The cost sharing for all this, whether we would like to do a sliding scale, a combination, what kind of income levels we would be considering, or whether we would open it up to all residents with the sliding scale option. So the staff time associated with the administrative management of the program would be significant. So those are the 6 program concepts we wanted to present to council and receive direction on which program concepts the council would like the staff to develop further on. As a conclusion, that's just the impact effort matrix for us to see.
All right, thank you for that presentation.
Thank you.
At this time, I will go ahead and open up the public comment opportunity. Don't have anyone signed up on this. I'll close public comment. Or actually, I'm going to go to Councilmember Suen.
Sorry, no one signed up to speak here either. Thank you.
Okay, now I will close public comment and open it up for comments direction. I'll start with you, Councilmember Suen.
Can you put that graphic back up? Can that happen, or does that have to, we have to have it down?
Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Do you want to go first, Councilmember Suen, or do you want me to come back to you? We may have lost him.
No, he's still there.
Okay.
Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah, I think we are gonna be a little bit cut off when we try to do the share.
Well,
I don't need it.
No, we got it. It just has to refresh, so we're good.
Oh.
Please proceed, Councilmember Suen.
Councilmember Suen, you get to go first.
Okay, thanks. I was just going to say, I think these are great programs to help our residents. I had a couple questions regarding, I've always been a big advocate for the e-bikes. I'm just wondering how much use we're getting out of those to, an interest to warrant that, continuing that. I think obviously the swimming lessons are great. The transit access for seniors is great. Military program is great. I'm glad we're taking a closer look at the sidewalk replacement program, because I think that will be very, very costly. And the garbage subsidies and childcare services, I think, are also great, but also need to be scrutinized. So look forward to seeing the future programs, what staff comes back up with. So back to my question about
wasn't part of the 6.
e-bike. Well, yeah, it wasn't part of the 6, but I'm just commenting on all of these. The e-bike program voucher, is that, do we have some data on that based on our trial period?
We do have some data on that. We are looking at, I might be repeating some of the numbers, but 164 out of the 249 vouchers that were distributed were utilized by our low-income households, which totaled about $130,000. 64% of our funding went towards the priority vouchers. And just one more fact was that we received 1,900 applications in 1 week.
Yeah, thank you. So our low-income users were a significant part of that. Thank you. I probably missed that first part, but yeah, that's good. Okay, very good. I was just curious. So I'm glad that we're in this position to try to give our residents a little helping hand and let them experience some of these great tools to get around the community. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Spees?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So first on, before you sit down, so the free childcare services, that didn't make it to the other ones, right? I didn't fall asleep or have a
You
stroke.
did not.
Well, okay.
Yes, thank you. May I?
Yeah, so please. Yeah.
So there were a couple of items that you see on the screen here,
Right.
but they did not proceed as the final list
Okay.
of program concepts, just based on legal considerations, staffing issues, budget issues, or all of them.
Perfect. That's fine. I didn't know if I fell asleep there for a moment or.
My
okay.
apologies.
No worries, not a problem at all.
I was just commenting on the whole thing. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So on the, so then what is the budget that you need for the bikes? I missed that budget number in there. What were you?
$100,000
100 for the bikes. Okay.
annually.
All right. And the garbage rate, there was really no add to it. It was just that we were going to work on publicizing the existing program so that people were aware of that. Okay.
Promoting it, but there is a slight cost component. We are estimating that even with promotions, it would be around $5,000 to $14,500, mainly because we would have to partner with SMUD
Sure.
and also with the distribution all using different channels. That's the estimate that staff had.
Okay, good. So obviously, I mean, what you have, the 6, I certainly support them, and I certainly support, the phased approach to some that take longer to do. That completely makes sense. I say this with us not gloating, right, about Elk Grove, but we are in a very, very fortunate position. Thank you very much to the voters of Measure E and our residents. And when there are other municipalities and states around the United States that are dealing with severe budget shortages, we're in a position where we're looking at opportunities to do good things for people, for our residents. For low-income residents, for disadvantaged communities. I'm really glad, and I really appreciate staff taking a look at this and bringing this back. So I certainly support moving forward with the 6. And again, thank you very much for going through that.
Councilmember Brewer?
So when looking at the 6 proposals that we have here, they're all really good approaches, and everything within the first 4 under the cohort of high impact, low effort, those are good, pretty solid. Have we looked at, because we're looking at the expanded military street banner program, 62 poles, $150 per banner. Are we at or near capacity of use of those poles, or do we have a plan to expand beyond the original 62, knowing that we have young men and women that are serving, and as they become veterans, their loved ones would probably want to have a banner with them on it. What is our capacity right now? Are we near capacity with the poles, or within that? Because it looks like all of our poles, all of our veterans are in and around District 56, along the ridge on Elk Grove Boulevard. It's all within that perimeter, but
yeah.
Is there a demand? Are we expecting demand to increase?
Yeah, so at this point, I would say the program is not at capacity. We haven't really had to turn anyone down. And often we may have somebody that stays longer on their pole than 1 year. I think we can continue to monitor the program, and if it expands, we'll return to council with a proposal to expand the boundaries. And it's a very unique situation too, because if there's a pole that's close to a tree that has a lot of foliage, we have had some complaints from people if you can't see the banner well, because it is one picture of a family member. And so there are some poles that we don't use, but the program is not at capacity at this point. We will return to expand the program if that happens.
And with the bike voucher program, now this is funded out of Measure E, correct? It's not being funded out of state funds or federal funds, because as we've seen on the news lately, federal funding and by way state funding for incentives and vouchers for e-bikes are going away. But we initiated our program through Measure E, correct? Or is it separate?
Of Christopher.
So I can answer that. So no, the voucher program is funded actually through a federal allocation, the Energy Efficiency Community Development Block Grant Program. Of the vouchers, we split them up, as Ash described, into a priority allocation and then just a general allocation. Of those, we've had about 270 vouchers redeemed thus far. What's great about the program is it pairs those vouchers for use at any of the 4 bicycle shops within town and allows folks to get a bike that is best suited towards the long-term goals of the program. It's not just a real simple bicycle like you'd buy at a Target or Walmart sort of thing. It's a higher-end vehicle or bicycle that gives you a lot more flexibility. And so we are seeing quite a bit of demand. We've had a number of folks reach out wanting to know when the program would open up again. There is demand out there for it, and particularly with the priority vouchers, in a revamped program, additional allocation of funding to that would be helpful given the price point of these devices.
That's good to know. Because also I do know, like with the city, we have it's kind of like a library program where you get to rent
The lending library.
an e-bike. And that's like a good way for people to see if an e-bike is for them. And then they can go through the step of getting the voucher correct. And so that's good to know.
Yeah, correct. And I think that it's a great pairing of the two programs together. And we did a great job, I think, in pairing their deployment concurrently. So we do have a lot of folks that have signed up. It is a long-running list of folks that are signed up to get one of the lending library devices. I think that list right now is running through the end of the year before we can actually fulfill all the reservations. So continue to be a lot of demand, and folks wanting to then turn around and then acquire a device and be able to pair that with the voucher.
And then for the one that actually captured my attention the most is number 6, the sidewalk replacement cost share program. Because a lot of property owners who've had their homes for the longest, they see cracks or something on their sidewalk. They don't know if they can afford the cost of a sidewalk, because they unexpectedly go into the $25,000 and $30,000 and $40,000 range, depending on the paneling and stuff. For this study to actually take place, do we have any estimates on what that would look like? And would this be funded from this amount, like through Measure E?
Want to take that, Jason?
Yeah, I'll take part of it. You can add. I think on the Measure E, I think most of these programs we're proposing to fund out of the general fund. I think the sidewalk program inclusive. We need to develop the program in order to determine what our recommendation is back to you. So I think that's going to take us some time. I think there's lots of ways of probably structuring the program. So I think we want to take some time to evaluate and analyze that, and then bring a separate report back to you with more details on this. So I think all we're looking for tonight is direction that you want us to investigate and evaluate that as an option. We'll take that direction, then we'll come back, later this summer into the fall with some options for you guys to consider.
Good deal. No, I mean, these are very, very, very good programs for us to take a look at for possible adoption, to take next steps on it. These are very sound approaches, can definitely go a long ways towards helping families and individuals, especially like number 1, the swimming access lessons. Definitely supportive of that, and definitely looking to provide whatever expanded access service we can provide for seniors, because there are services out there through RT that can provide something of that sort. But it's something that we can definitely explore, but definitely in favor of these approaches. That's all.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I think I kind of know the answer, but I'm still going to ask this question. For the expanded electric bikes voucher program, for the estimated cost for $100,000, that would just be to do the research on this?
No, that would be the actual, to increase the voucher amount. Currently, we offer between $750 to $1,000 per voucher. So the idea is we would want to increase the voucher amount. But staff would need to do research, but the $100,000 is not for the research, it is for actually allocating funds towards the vouchers.
And just a quick question, could it be lower? Anywhere from 50,000 or even a little bit lower, just to see if the program is more successful, then we continue incrementally increasing?
So this is a lower amount. The original ask was $200,000.
Okay.
And that this is based on last year's 64% of the funding going towards low-income household vouchers, which was $129,000.
Okay.
So there is a demand, and that was why we came up with $100,000.
Yeah, I think if I could, we believe the demand is there. If you wanted to do a more measured approach with a smaller dollar value at this point, yes, we could do that.
Okay. I don't know how the council would feel, or if we could even provide. I guess for me, when I'm looking at stuff, it's incrementally increasing it, right? So if it's a smaller dollar amount, and yes, it's maximized, we can come back again and then increase it as it goes. Does that make sense? instead of just right off the bat spending 100K on it. Councilman Suen, any thoughts?
I mean, I was asking because of the how popular the program was, and it sounded like it was very popular. So that's why I was okay with what they're proposing. It sounds like it served a lot of disadvantaged of our community members. I know it sounds like a lot, but it seemed to. What was the stats again on?
It was 164 vouchers, which was 66% of the total vouchers, and 64% of the funding, which was around $130,000. 1 week, 1,900 applications.
Went to the very people, went to a lot of the very residents they're trying to target here.
Okay.
When we return with that item, we'll present some options for y'all to consider.
Deeper dive.
I'd appreciate that. I'm just kind of curious as we're trying to be mindful. So, okay. Yeah, I'm happy to support as well.
So I definitely, pardon me, support the 6 items that were identified. I don't want to leave childcare. I don't like the word free, but there is child action. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet with them. I know they had reached out through Rachel Brown, I think, who's assisting with facilitating conversations. There potentially could be an opportunity at one of our affordable housing sites to do some pilot program. So I don't want to just leave it off the table. But there may be some opportunity there with the right partner. So
And
just, I think a deeper dive there of what that could look like.
And if I may, the Human Resources Department is doing an internal research on that, partnering with the police department and our POA to look at kind of potential options.
Yeah, okay, that would be great. Definitely, I think what sticks out most for me that's important, the transit access for seniors. As someone who sits on the Regional Transit Board, this is a high needs area. So I'm supportive of all 6, but that one really sticks out the most. And then, of course, the sidewalk replacement as well as garbage rate subsidies. This could literally make the difference of groceries and not having groceries. So those are things that I'm definitely very supportive, support all 6 categories. But I definitely, again, as a reminder, I just want to look at possible childcare options, not so much free, but some sort of opportunity that could exist with the right nonprofit. I just know of the one because I met with them maybe 3 weeks ago, Child Action. So, but I'll leave that all to you to do the deeper dive. So I think other than that, I think you have some consensus that we are very supportive of the efforts that you have brought forward. And I think that these will go a long way of helping those in need the most. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so next up is our appointment to the Diversity and Inclusion Commission. I will go
Good
ahead-
evening. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. I'm Jason Lindgren, your city clerk. I'll keep this brief. We were here a month ago with 24 candidates for one position. After we made an appointment on April 9th, another position opened up. With state mandates, we advertised that position online, but we're given direction to return with the applicant pool. You have the applicant pool before you, and you have some folks here in the audience here to speak on their behalf for the appointment and one spot to fill.
Very good. So this is a good problem to have in that 2 of our commissioners have moved on. One is now serving on the Elk Grove Unified School District Board of Trustees, and the other is part of the CSD Board of Directors. So congratulations to both of them. At this time, I will go ahead and open up public comment opportunity. We have a few people signed up to speak. I will start with John Mua, followed by Teresa Plamatil. Sorry, thank you for correcting me.
All right. Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. Following the same sentiment that started the meeting, it's good to see you all again. It is an honor to be here. The last time I was here in April, on April 9th, I spoke passionately about why this commission is important to me. And I wanted to take a brief moment just to highlight some of that initial statement. I've lived in Elk Grove for the last 20 years. Personally, I've volunteered in communities and different businesses and organizations. I've taught my own kids the importance of diversity and inclusion. Professionally, I've worked for agencies like the Department of Healthcare Services, which provides Medi-Cal for 15 million Californians. I work for Cover California, which provides consumers with access to affordable health plans. And currently, I am at the Air Resources Board, where we safeguard public health through reducing air pollutants. Fast forward roughly 30 days or so, some things have changed. The commission appointed a well-deserved new member. Elk Grove continues to grow at an exponential rate, and we are no longer talking about the zoo. But with change comes the balance of things that remain stagnant, things that are unchanged. The importance of diversity and inclusion remains unchanged. My passion for this commission remains unchanged. The belief that Elk Grove is no place for hate remains unchanged. On the 9th, I spoke about my experiences, what I can contribute, what I can bring to the commission, which is easy to do, right, if you're speaking about yourself. But I also know that it was difficult to gauge a person's determination, passion, and ability within 3 minutes. So today, I don't want to talk about myself. Instead, I want to bring credibility based on the support of others. I stand before you like I did on the 9th with pages of sustenance. Hopefully you guys got a chance to read those from different members of the community. From the resident who lived in Elk Grove for 20 years to the coach at Laguna Creek Sports Club. Some of you might have come across them. He's changed lives of many athletes. He's coached members of council members, of congressmen to elected officials. And then there's the business owner who runs the youth basketball league. He makes it possible for little kids to play at the Golden One Center, which is a dream come true for a lot of people. Because of his affiliation with the Sacramento Kings, the league itself supports 600 kids each year. There's also the university professor who teaches social studies. He authored a book about how immigrants incorporate themselves into political and societal environments. The entire premise of his study is about diversity and inclusion. Then there's the leaders in technology, the CIOs, the managers, who not only can speak to my work acumen, but understands my passion for this commission. And lastly, I do not want to forget and undermine the mayor of Clovis, who penned a compassionate narrative on my support. All these people that I've spoken with wrote letters to this council because their support in me has remained unchanged. Lastly, looking forward, I think there could be valuable perspective from representation from District 1. I myself am from District 1. I'm here, I'm ready, and I will do what it takes to complete our mission. Thank you again for listening to my consideration.
Thank you, sir. Next up is Teresa, followed by Lacey Soto.
Like I'm never tall enough or short enough for these. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. Good to see you again. My name is Teresa Plumwoodle, and I'm here again today because I believe in the important work of our city's Diversity Inclusion Commission and the impact it has on our city. In the last 6 months, I've attended every D&I Commission meeting as a public member. Being present has given me the opportunity to observe, listen, learn, and better understand how we can support our city's diverse communities. For me, it's not about the title, it is about participation and staying engaged. With the recent departure of commissioners who were strong advocates for the Native American community and autism acceptance, their voices will be missed. But the work does not end here, and I hope to continue those efforts and ensure these communities remain heard and supported. I believe that advocacy isn't limited to personal experience. True allyship means standing up for others even when we aren't directly impacted by it ourselves. For example, last time I was here, I spoke about the need for immigration resources in Elk Grove. I'm encouraged to see those conversations are evolving in our community and the steps that leadership is taking to address that need. That's the kind of progress I hope to continue supporting by listening, learning, and helping connect communities with the resources they need and deserve. I am more than my academic background. I am more than my lived experience, and I am more than my racial identity. I do the work. And that work starts with self-reflection and an abundance of accountability. I stay engaged. I unlearn, make space for new knowledge, and remain open constantly to learning from other people around me. It's what allows us to grow and truly understand the needs of others. I am grateful to have the encouragement of colleagues, clients, and community members who believe in the work as much as I do. I hope you all have gotten a chance to reflect on the email sent by my village. Together, we share a commitment to fostering a community where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. I also recognize and appreciate the momentum built by our current leadership and commissioners. My hope is to contribute to the progress and help carry this work forward. So yes, I'm here again, and with persistence, if persistence counts for anything, I'm hoping a second time's the charm. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next up is Lacey Soto, followed by Kevin Mantilla.
Good evening, Council. My name is Lacey Soto, and I currently serve as a hospice chaplain in the community. I'm here tonight to voice my support for Teresa and her appointment to the position of ambassador or member to the Diversity and Inclusion Commission. It's been my honor to have become close friends with Teresa over the past 4 years. And during that time, we have shared a love and commitment to reflection and our participation in diverse communities, including the Latino, Black, Greek, Christian, Hindu, and other communities. I know Teresa to be passionate about justice, human sexuality, immigration, anti-racism, empathy, and lifelong learning. She's here to make a difference in the lives of others and to answer her own life's calling. We need her. We need her fresh, passionate, educated, and cultured voice and experience. I believe her heart is in it. Something tells me this is the way. I believe she is eager and qualified to meet the challenges of this new opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Kevin Mantilla, and then Deneva Shelton. Excuse me.
Good evening, City Council members. My name is Kevin Mantilla. I'm grateful to have another opportunity to be on this commission. I have a Bachelor of Science in both electrical and computer engineering. I have worked for 5 years in the tech fields. To this commission, I offer my project management skills, my passion for teaching and advocacy, and my desire to help Elk Grove's community to be the best it can be. While working at Intel, I was a member of the Employee Resource Group for the LGBT community and have marched with them at Pride festivals in Sacramento and San Francisco. As a member, I helped my fellow employees have a space to come meet with each other, voice concerns, and to advocate for policy to enable all employees to do their best work at the company and their communities. I also help facilitate a local Sacramento queer-focused soccer social group that helps create a space for the community to get together and enjoy playing soccer in a welcoming and affirming space. I've also devoted personal time to local support groups in the LGBT communities, listening to their concerns, offering aid and support wherever I can. I have continued my progress on my advocacy work since the previous appointment to this commission last April. I'm very proud to share that I recently started a job with the Sacramento LGBT Center as a housing advocate. It's my duty to help unhoused young adults get back on their feet and help them build the life skills such as taking care of their physical and mental health, cooking, searching, interviewing, and holding jobs. I work with case managers to better understand their unique situations and how they can set goals for themselves so that they aren't just temporarily housed with us in this program, but they leave our doors with all the tools they need to be accomplished, respectable, capable fellow members of our community, because unhoused or not, they're still human. This is a role that in a matter of a few days has brought me much joy, and I want to extend my efforts to Elk Grove's community. This is why I sincerely hope you appoint me to this commission. Thank you for your consideration. And as a closing remark, I want to express I'm very proud of all of us. as a community, because all of us over here, a lot of them, are very familiar faces, and I'm certain they're all very, very eager to do good for our city. So, City Council members, you have my sympathy. I don't believe this appointment will get any easier anytime soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Deneva Shelton, followed by Dr. Tristan Bazzini.
Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, Councilman. My name is Deneva Shelton. I am the current CEO of the Nehemiah Leaders Program. I currently run a 10-month program in which this is what I do, is diversity and inclusion. My goals and who I am is really focused on making sure that community and leadership is represented by who is there. I left a very lucrative banking job in order to focus my life on making sure that everyone has a voice and that everyone can be heard. I've lived in Elk Grove for more than 20 years. My husband and I were even married at Laguna Town Hall, and we've raised 3 children here. This community has been very important to me. And when we got married and we were choosing a community, it was because this place had a place where, we knew where we can get our hair done. We knew where we could have lunch. We knew where there were places and things that were going to be accepting of us. And we've taught our children those same things. Even last year, my daughter decided to participate in Ramadan because the neighbors that she grew up with were participating. So she decided she was going to do it too. And that's just who we are as a family. And these are the types of things that I want to be able to contribute to the community, is teaching how by just a little bit of learning from others, there's a lot of growth and everyone should be included. So I appreciate your time and consideration. I know this is a tough task for you guys to do, but I am here and ready to serve. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next up is Tristan Bazzini, and our final speaker is Katie Houston.
Good evening. Good evening, Madam Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members. My name is Dr. Tristan Bazzini. I'm honored to stand before you and our community to express once more my deep desire to serve on the Diversity and Inclusion Commission for our City of Elk Grove. A month ago, I left our last meeting with hope in my heart for another opportunity. Your words of wisdom rang in my ears, that you value those who continue to apply and also have lived experience. You have in your possession my full spectrum resume and several letters of recommendation. Last I stood before you, I offered predominant comment on my professional qualifications as a doctor, recognized DEI expert with over 15 years of leadership experience in local and state government, community care programs, and complex mental health systems. Today, I'd like to offer a more personal perspective on my lived experience. My passion for this work stems from deeply painful experiences of marginalization and adverse circumstances centric to DEI. I grew up in deep poverty and experienced a myriad of abuses based on socioeconomic status and identity, including homelessness as a queer youth. My mother is a first-generation Asian American immigrant, and we struggled as a family amidst physical disability, mental health diagnoses, and rejection from schools and community settings. I am a proud feminist with a profound respect for the struggles of women and a uniquely personal perspective being raised and socialized as an assigned female at birth person. I am also a proud transgender man and a member of the LGBTQ community who is faced daily with fear of my rights to exist safely being taken away by my own country while doing my best to lead, serve, and protect basic human rights in my community. These identities and experiences grounded my commitment to DEI not just as a professional responsibility, but as a lifelong personal mission. Throughout my career, I've provided mental health services in hospitals, schools, and community settings across California, supporting individuals of all races, ethnicities, citizenship statuses, religions, political beliefs, job classifications, military statuses, genders, sexual orientations, and disabilities. I also serve as a delegate to the Parliament of the World's Religions, participating with world leaders in cultural and spiritual ceremonies across global faith traditions, promoting cross-cultural collaboration and restorative justice. These collective experiences have shaped my commitment to inclusion and human dignity at every level. Currently, I serve as Diversity Chair and incoming President for the Sacramento Valley Psychological Association Board. I was also honored to receive the State Distinguished Service Medal for implementing SB 132 in support of transgender rights within statewide systems. As a graduate of Equality California's LGBTQ Leadership Academy and member of the 2025 Victory Institute candidate cohort, I bring a rare combination of lived experience, clinical expertise, and leadership in DEI policy, training, and advocacy. I thank you deeply for your consideration of my application. It would be a privilege to continue to advance inclusive practices and represent the diverse voices of Elk Grove.
Thank you. Our final speaker is Katie Houston.
I'm happy to go after the candidate I'm supporting this time. Good evening, Mayor Singh-Allen and council members. My name is Katie Houston. I'm a mental health professional and I work with underserved and at-risk youth. I'm also a fellow advocate and a diversity, equity, and inclusion activist. I'm here again to express my support for Dr. Buzzini. His lived experience as a trans person, raised in a multicultural adoptive family, and having been kicked out of his home as an adolescent, experiencing homelessness has shaped his unwavering commitment to advocacy and inclusion. During that difficult time, he found a mentor in his community who helped guide him forward, and that support helped shape the advocate and leader he is today. He now extends the same mentorship to others, building bridges across communities and creating spaces for connection and healing. This is something that I look up to Tristan for. I also shape my path to help youth and be the one person that can show them that they can do it. Dr. Buzzini authored and helped pass Senate Bill 372 to protect the privacy and to protect the privacy of vulnerable individuals. He saw a need and he stepped up to meet it, choosing to advocate for others at the risk of his own visibility and vulnerability as a trans person on a public stage. He puts himself in that position again in front of this council, in front of this commission, to show who he really is. He brings both his knowledge and his heart to his work, and I know he'll bring both he'll bring both to the council and the commission. Thank you.
Thank you, and I believe that is our final speaker, so I will go ahead and close the public comment
We'll
opportunity.
just check in with Councilmember Suen.
Oh, yes, of course. Somebody must be chomping at the bits there. Councilmember Suen, anybody there wanting to speak on this matter?
Nobody's here wanting to speak. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I say this, it's a broken record. Every time we have these appointments, it's a very difficult decision. I want to thank all of those that applied again, and then those that showed up this evening. You did not make my job any easier. Special thank you to John Mua, to Teresa Steffi Plamatul. I know I'm going to butcher your name. I'm going to learn it, I swear. To Deneva Shelton, to Dr. Tristan Buzzini, and I mean, really everybody. This is hard. So all things being equal, what's going to separate one person from everybody else? One of the comments that I made last time was, whether you're or not you're a voting member of the Diversity Inclusion Commission, you can help shape it by attending those meetings and just participating. That's how we get good policy. So I am going to restate those comments because I think it is invaluable. You don't have to be a voting member to participate. With that, I will say one person, I received probably 20 emails from Elk Grove residents. I can't overlook that. That's pretty powerful. A repeat applicant. And I will say what set this person apart from everybody else, this person attended those meetings. They weren't a voting member, but they participated. So I really appreciate that. So this evening, I will recommend Teresa Steffi Plamatil, we'll get there, thank you, to fill the vacancy for the Diversity Inclusion Commission. Any questions? Are we good with that? Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm getting 3 other thumbs up here. Councilmember Suen.
Yeah, Madam Mayor, yeah, I could definitely support that. I think you definitely marked it or hit the nail on the head in the sense that Teresa's participation even before there. But I did just want to highlight, the lack of representation in District 1, and I think all 3, Mr. Dr. Pizzini and Geneva and Mr. Mua, I mean, they all, I think, brought very good skill sets differently, Nehemiah and transgender and Mr. Mua as well. So I just wanted to mention that. So I hope all 3 of them will continue to also be engaged, because they will continue to make excellent candidates.
Yes, agreed. And again, I want to remind everyone, you don't have to be a voting member. Please show up at those meetings, sign up for the newsletters, and help shape. And I'm sure a vacancy will come up again at some point, so I encourage everyone to reapply and make this decision. Equally challenging every time, but at this time, we are looking forward to Teresa's service. So congratulations to you. Thank you. Thank you again. So with that, I'm going to move on to the next item, which is our council comments, reports, and future agenda items. Councilmember Suen, do you have anything to report?
Nothing to report.
Thank you. I'll start to the left. Vice Mayor?
Nothing to report, Madam Mayor.
Councilmember Brewer?
Nothing to report.
Just a quick one. Welcome, Mr. Prasad. Normally, our city council meetings aren't this low energy. So this is kind of one of the lowest energy city council meetings I think we've had in a long time, but welcome.
Well, I don't know about you. I have all the energy this evening. Thank you. Welcome to a fabulous city. Looking forward to your service. I did have SAC-RT along with Councilmember Brewer, but I do want to highlight all of us went to Cap for an advocacy trip. And the highlight for me, and I'm going to speak on your behalf too, Councilmember Brewer, is we actually got to attend a meeting at the White House and discuss our transportation needs. So the Metro Chamber does an excellent job with our advocacy trip, with setting up meetings on all of the various categories with members of Congress from both sides of the aisle, which is important. And so I think just the leadership of showing up at the White House to showcase that we want to work with whomever to discuss our needs in our region. And I was very proud of our delegation and bipartisan leaders. When we showed up there at the meeting, I can tell you that we were all advocates for our region, for our city, but most importantly, our residents. This wasn't about partisanship. And so I hope that the good governance that was demonstrated at Cap and in the various meetings, I hope that spreads. We're seeing a lot of dysfunction everywhere, and we can certainly show a better way. And Cap definitely was a wonderful opportunity to connect with both, with all of the members in the delegation, so.
Madam Mayor, if I can as well.
Yes, please.
Because I forgot to share.
forgot Cap to Cap.
I forgot that already because it feels like a long time, but I do want to say that I was able to help and lead a delegation of vice mayors and other council members and business leaders from around the region. We met with the Embassy of Mexico, and we got to talk about immigration as far as it pertains to Know Your Rights campaign and make sure that we're hearing what's going on at the national level and what we can implement at the local level. So thank you for your leadership, and then thank you for all the rest of the other vice mayors in the region. It was a really good, productive meeting, and we hope to implement some of the stuff that we heard and provide messaging as far as it pertains to immigration. So.
Excellent. Anybody else want to play? All right. All right. Oh, you do want to? Okay, go ahead.
So in addition to the meeting with the White House, we also met with the Federal Transportation Administration. Their brand new executive administrator, Tarek Bakari, he was a former city council member in the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And for the group that we participated in that talked about transit priorities, making sure that transit funding stayed on the radar screen for Sacramento was very effective. Matter of fact, he felt that our presentation that we gave to him was pretty much should be a standard for what other transit agencies how they should present and what they should present. in terms of talking about their respective cities or metropolitan areas. Because we talked about how efficient we were, how safe we were in terms of dealing with our ridership on the Sacramento RT for bus and for light rail, but also building that bridge of trust between the customers and RT as an agency and between the employees. That effort, in addition to all of us working together, whether it be from Folsom to Citrus Heights to Sacramento itself or Elk Grove, we're working together to help make transit in this area top of show, best of show, and doing it in a way to where we're effective and efficient in how we do our business. That's what really impressed both Mr. Bakari and with Christine Glassner of the White House. Because those are things that they're looking at in terms of effectiveness and efficiency, and seeing how we're doing it in a manner to where people feel that they can rely on their transit agency to get them from point A to point B on a daily basis. So yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up, Madam Mayor, because that was very important and definitely shouldn't go overlooked and unnoticed, especially as they're looking at how they're trying to map their path forward on what it means for transit and doing it in an effective manner.
Thank you for those additional insightful comments, Councilmember Brewer. With that, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn the meeting at 8:25. Have a great day.